Hey, welcome to the Backwoods Gourmet. Today I got a simple Dutch oven dish that takes about 30 minutes for beginners. Okay, a lot of you guys have been asking us for stuff that you're just starting out in Dutch ovens and you need something simple to get you going and give you some inspiration. So we got that coming up for you tonight. And hey, this is one of the very first Dutch oven dishes I learned how to make. So I'm going to share it with you tonight and we're going to spice it up a bit. So I'm super excited for tonight's dish. I actually got in a very nice package from DALSTRONG knives. So we're going to be unboxing this guy. I'll let you take a look at that also. Our B&B. Ooh, that sucker's hot. I might have to get something to hold on with that with. Get them out there. Those are really hot coals, I can tell you that, guys. But we're trying to simulate now tonight here how you do this on your campfire, and it's going to be very consistent to lump charcoal, what you're going to have on your campfire. You're just going to shovel those up out of your campfire pit, and that's pretty much what we're going to have. And I'm going to kind of spread them out on the Dutch oven table just like that. Now you can do the same thing in your fire ring, beside your fire ring, if you had a place that's non-combustible. Alright, for purposes of setting this up, I'm just going to we're going to go back to the Backwoods Gourmet one-line method. I'm going to make one line of coals down the center of the Dutch oven table. Okay, and you can see that there's a difference between the ones that were at the bottom of the chimney, and there's going to be a difference in yours from your campfire too. There's going to be some around the edges that are not as hot, and then some that are very hot. So what I want to do right now is I want to preheat the Dutch oven. Let me go ahead and grab our pollen covered Dutch oven here. It's important that it's covered with pollen for this dish, actually. So my table's getting a little warped. We did use B&P lump charcoal today. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there and let her start getting hot. So here's what you're going to need to make this dish. You're going to need about half of a whole chicken. I've got this one right here, and we're definitely going to try out this new knife from DALSTRONG and show you how good of a job it can do with that fresh chicken right there. So these guys here are really stepped up, and maybe we'll have another giveaway from those guys here soon. And here's the other very simple ingredients you're going to need to make this delicious but simple dish. You're going to need one package of this good old staple here, Lipton onion soup mix. Right? I know I don't use a lot of processed food in our cooking around here, but I'm trying to show you guys simple Dutch oven cooking. You need a little olive oil, any kind of oil, whatever your favorite is. I'm using olive oil. Bacon grease works fine, vegetable oil, whatever. I'm going to use some rice, and here I just have some Mahatma. This happens to be jasmine rice with red and wild rice. You can use regular old rice, don't matter. Better than bouillon, some chicken broth. If you don't have that, use your good old bouillon cubes. Just be mindful that those bouillon cubes are about 50% salt. You can get this too salty. I'm going to go ahead and jazz this up from the original dish I learned how to make with some rosemary, some thyme, and black pepper, and that's about 3/4 of a teaspoon of each. And also I just went out there to our little containers that we have here growing at the house and grabbed a fresh cayenne pepper. Alright, as this Dutch oven's heating up, let's go ahead and put a little oil in it. It's already getting smoking hot. So I'm going to take the lid, I'm going to set that aside for a little bit. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up this beautiful package here that the DALSTRONG knife come in. And I let them choose for me which knife to send. You know, we are affiliate advertiser for DALSTRONG, so if you like to buy any or check out any of their products, I'm going to leave you a link right down in the description box. And if you go over there and you at least check it out, we appreciate it. And if you purchase anything, we'll get a small little commission for anything you buy over there at DALSTRONG. We appreciate everybody that's done so far. I actually did make their top 10 list of affiliate advertisers here a few months ago, and I'd like to repeat that if possible. But the knife is beautifully packaged, as it has been for everyone. There's a little cleaning cloth for it. Gives you this little emblem, and I found that chefs put these on their knife bags. But this thing is freaking massive. All right, guys. Told them I like cleavers. This is the Phantom series, and I tell you what. Wait till we pull this sheath off of it. And one thing I do like about the DALSTRONG knives is every one I've gotten so far has this polycarbonate sheath. It's a hard sheath to protect your blade when you store this knife. And the greatest thing about this sheath is it's dishwasher safe, so you can throw it in your dishwasher and clean it, and that's going to prevent any transfer of bacteria from your sheath to your knife. You definitely don't want to use any kind of a porous type of material for a cooking knife. All right, let's pull that guy out. Man, look at that thing. It's freaking massive, and it's etched in the side right here with the DALSTRONG name and some Japanese markings there, and it is huge. So let's get after it. We're going to take this beautiful knife from DALSTRONG and chop up that chicken. Alright, let's bring our chicken over real quick, and I'm going to show you real quick how to cut a chicken in a few minutes. And I don't know why people pay extra money to have their chicken cut for them. I'm going to try to show you. I'm going to pull this chicken leg up just like that. Try to show you in the camera. And we're going to separate the joint. And we're just going to go right down here. And here's another little trick. If you don't want to, you flip them over like this after you cut the skin on the inside. You come right down the backbone. You can just break it loose, and it'll show you exactly where that joint is. You can take the leg off just like that. Put that in our pan. Do the same thing on the other side. Sometimes it's easier just to keep them on its breast when you do that. Be careful with these DALSTRONG knives, guys. If you mess up, you're going to cut off something that you don't want to be cutting off. All right, wings the same way. Bend them backwards, come around the back of them, just bend them backwards like that. You'll easily find a joint, and we'll break these down a little bit further in a minute. Again, turn it backwards. The joint will expose itself, and then you can just go right through there. Now you got a wing. All right, now we're down to the back and the breast. Okay, now depending on how far you want to break this down, I usually will just take, and if you got a beautiful knife like this DALSTRONG cleaver, you could just go right down both sides of your backbone, right through the bone, right through the breast, cut it in half just like that. That's probably the easiest way if you got a good knife. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take that back the rest of the way off. And this does have some weight, so you can chop with it. Go ahead and take that back off. Now this back we will save either for stock, but around here in the summertime, we save that to go on the crab traps. Okay? Now you could go ahead and bone this breast meat out and take that breastbone out, but I say I got a little piece of the back right there. Go ahead and let's see how good this thing chops. Man, doesn't even flinch. All right, you could take the ribs off if you want, but here what we're going to do is we're only saving half the chicken for tonight's dish. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this up into 3 pieces, and again, we're going to use the advantage of the weight of the cleaver to do this very easily. Just like that. I'm going to bring over one of my legs. Now the easiest way to find the joint in the leg is there's a seam of fat right there. If you go right in there with your knife, you'll find that joint every time will separate the leg from the thigh. Same thing with the wing. We don't have a fat joint to follow, but if you just find that crook in the wing, and we'll just go right through right with our cleaver. Go ahead and take off that wing tip. Again, that's something to go in the crab traps. I'll actually go ahead and do that with the other wing because I want to go ahead and get that in the freezer. I'll leave this wing together and the breast and the leg quarter, and we'll go ahead and put that in the freezer because we're not going to need that for tonight's dish. So let's get all the parts that we're going to put in tonight's dish. We got a drumette, a wing, we got a thigh, a leg, and 3 pieces of breast. Get those in the Dutch oven next. So we got a pretty hot pot there. Let me go ahead and find my tongs a little bit. And my Dutch oven table is really like getting warped from the heat. We've got so much heat on it tonight. Had it sitting nice and level. We'll go ahead and drop those pieces. We want to be in a nice hot pot to begin with. Alright, half the chicken minus the back. What we're trying to do is like brown these guys. So as you can probably hear and see, the fire is died down a bit. That's because we have this hot pot sitting on it. And it's choking out some of the oxygen. That's the whole reason for this one line method, is we can now take that right over, put it on that side where we haven't had the pot sitting, and you can hear right away that coming back up the temperature. Pieces are starting to pick up some golden color. There's some brown bits at the bottom of the pot. I'm gonna go ahead and dump in 2 cups of warm water. Save yourself some time here, guys, and put in warm water. Okay? If you put in cold water, it's gonna take twice as long to come back up to heat. All right, at this point, I'm gonna push my chicken pieces out to the outside. I'm gonna pour my rice. This is a dump dish from here on. All right, I guarantee you. All right. Dump that 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water. I go ahead and put my seasoning in. It's rosemary, thyme, black pepper. We don't want to put any salt in it. There's plenty in that next item. So here's our Lipton onion soup mix. Pretty unprepared for not having that ready to go, but you're gonna put 1 package. Last time I got these things, they were like wasn't sealed up properly. Just rip them open. Gonna pour that right in the middle, and then we'll get something sturdy so it'll look round. So this is an optional ingredient. I'm gonna go ahead and put about a teaspoon of the Better Than Bouillon right on in there. It's gonna give it a little bit more richer broth. Now, the Lipton onion soup mix has lots of richness by itself. All right, so everything is in the pot we need, except for, I mentioned it earlier in the video, a little bit of spice. Okay, that's going really nicely at a nice simmer right now. I'm gonna go ahead and move it over on the back to its original spot over here, and I've created kind of a ring of coals over there for it. So let's make sure it's settled down in there good. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead, put this down. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and load the top around the rim, and I'm gonna pick out some of my bigger chunks of coals that I have left over here. But it doesn't matter, whatever size coals you got from your campfire. Just the bigger ones are easier to handle. So what we're looking for is a nice gentle simmer for this for the next 20 minutes. That's how long it's going to take the rice to make. And be ready to eat. That extra 20 minutes is also going to tenderize that chicken perfectly. Alright, so solid ring of coals on the outside should get her done. We're at the 10-minute mark, and I'm going to go and check for moisture, because doing this on campfire coals sometimes a lot hotter, and I see that the moisture level is really kind of gone there, and it depends on the kind of rice you're using too. So I'm going to go ahead at this point. I'm going to add 1 additional cup of water and nothing else. Go ahead and just kind of stir that down in there a little bit, let it spread around. Put the lid back on, let it go additional 10 minutes. I got a new Letterman today from Lowe's and got 10% off because I'm a veteran. So take advantage. In this case, you don't have to volunteer to give your life for your country. All you have to do is enter the promo code. Alright, it's been 20 minutes. Let's go in and take a look. Go in and just get a little bit of the rice, check it. Perfect. Alright, ready to come on. Wish you guys were here to smell it and enjoy it with me. So here's the deal, guys. Since I had COVID back in Christmas of 2020, my taste is all screwed up. So tonight we're going to elicit Mrs. Backwoods to come out and give you a flavor check on this chicken and rice. Say hi.
Hi.
Alright, so she's going to go in and give it a little check for you guys, because when I tasted it, it seemed like it needed a lot of salt. But she don't like salt anyway, so let's see how it goes. I'm going to sit back over here. I ain't saying a word.
Perfect. No salt.
Figured. Try some chicken. Is it tender? Oh, actually she's cutting it with a spoon, so must be pretty tender.
Just this.
So this is a very easy Dutch oven dish for beginners. Like I said, it was the very first Dutch oven dish I ever did in my whole Dutch oven cooking career. And I actually learned this dish in the Boy Scouts and used to teach it as a leader in the Boy Scouts. So if you're looking for something, you're just starting out with Dutch oven cooking, this will be a great deal for you. Hey, and don't forget to go out and check out DALSTRONG knives. I'm going to leave you the link right down in the comments section below, or not the I will leave you a link in the comments also, but also in the description box below. And check out their knives. They make some really, really great products, and I'm really loving them. This is my third one I've had now, and everything I've got has been really, really great quality. And appreciate everybody who has supported us on the channel. So check out the men's screens, and we'll see you next time.